Welcome everyone to the June 17th We Rotary live online Google+ Hangout meeting. This is the first time that we're using this technology, so bear with us a few minutes while I just go over some of the features of this technology. Please put your arrow to the left. Those of you who are joining Google+ Hangouts, welcome everyone to the June 17th We Rotary live online Google+ Hangout meeting. This is the first time that we're using this technology, so bear with us a few minutes while I just go over some of the features of this technology. Please put your arrow to the left. Those of you who are joining Google+ Hangouts, welcome everyone to the June 17th We Rotary live online Google+ Hangout meeting. This is the first time that we're using this technology, so bear with us a few minutes while I just technology. Please put your arrow to the left. Those of you who are joining Google+ Hangouts, welcome everyone to the June 17th We Rotary live online Google+ Hangout meeting. This is the first time that we're using this technology, so bear with us a few minutes while just technology. Who just put themselves on mute? Please put your arrow to the left. Those of you who are joining Google+ Hangouts, welcome everyone to the June 17th We Rotary live online Google+ Hangout meeting. This is the first time that we're using this technology, so bear with us a few minutes while just technology. Who just put themselves on mute? Please put your arrow to the left. Those of you who are joining Google+ Hangouts, welcome everyone to the June 17th We Rotary live online Google+ that we're using this technology. So bear with us a few minutes while just
Kat, you're on mute.
Eric, it might be the mobile application. Let's see if that helped. Okay, whoever did something just now, it stopped the reverb, so thank you. Can you?
Kat, you're on mute.
Can you hear me?
If anyone has their email open as well and it said yes, they'll watch the video, it may be playing in your email. You can close that window and just leave the Hangout window open. That might help.
No, it stopped the reverb, so thank you. Can you?
Kat, you're on mute.
Can you hear me? Okay, is this better now, everyone? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, everyone's good? All right. So very sorry for that tech glitch, and great coaching, Lisa, and everyone closing their other windows.
Gmails,
Okay.
yeah.
So if I could just ask you briefly, I want to run down some of the features of Google+ Hangouts since it's the first time we're using it. On the left-hand side, if you go to that with your arrow, the first box that you'll find is blue and it's called Chat. If you click on that, you'll notice on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll have a chat box that will open in the lower right. Please, if you would now, just type your name there, and that way we'll know that you know how to use chat. Jamil, welcome. We're very happy to have you here tonight. Welcome, Eric. Thanks, Lisa. Genesis, I don't know if you have that capacity on your cell. Great. Galina, are you able to open a chat on the left, which is the upper left blue box? You click that, and then a box on the lower right opens, and there you can type your name. Eric, I think you might still also be on mobile. John, are you having any luck on using the chat box?
Yeah, I got it. Come on.
Perfect. Great. Okay. And then Mariana, I'm not sure what's happening with you. Looks like I need to add you to the circle, so let me see if I can do that.
Hi, Kat. I'm here, but my camera is not working, so that's my logo there.
Perfect. I'm
But
so
I'm here. I am here. I am hearing you.
wonderful. So great to have you joining us from Argentina.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. So that's chat. Very useful if you have trouble, if you want to send links, certain specific details. It's a great way to transmit that. Great, Galina. Okay, below that is a green box. That's a screen share on the left-hand side. Let's not go into that right now. Let me just say to you that when you do your presentation and you click on that, that will give you the chance to have your full screen shared with everyone else. So if you're going to do a Prezi, a PowerPoint, any kind of visual documentation you want to share, that's the button you would use. You would click on it, it would give you a choice of screens to choose, you would choose it, then that screen would come up. What you lose in doing that is, unless you have a second screen, second computer that has a Google+ Hangout also open on it, if you're presenting, we're not going to be able to see you and the presentation. We'll be able to see you or the presentation. If you have two screens, we'll be able to see you and the presentation. Let's skip down to capture. It's a way that you can take pictures. So if everyone, please click on the blue camera on the left, capture, and then look on the lower center bottom. And then go ahead and just click that. And you'll hear the sound of a camera clicking. What you're doing is you're taking pictures of the Hangout. So you'll notice in the lower right, there is a picture there and there is a number there. The number indicates how many pictures have been taken, and it just shows the pictures that were taken. So let me change some of the people here so I'm not in all these pictures. Okay, so that's useful if there's something going on that you want to, it's like having a capture, screen share. Tools, cameraman, we won't go into that. That's a little more complicated than we need to use right now. I encourage you to play with some of these things on your own at another time. Control room, that allows you to change some things. Let's pop down to Google Effects. And this is a fun thing to lighten things up if things are getting serious, Jamil, with all of the serious problems in Haiti and you want to just lighten things up. This is a great way to do it. So if everyone will click on Google Effects, and then in the lower right, if you click Randomize, it will throw a combination of effects up there for you. Fun to do with kids or the young at heart. Good. You're getting it. Steve, are you getting Google Effects? How about you, Lisa? Great, John.
Yeah.
Oh, we love you too. Lisa, I'm not sure that Google Effects comes up on mobile. And we're not hearing you right now. Okay, looking good there, John. Lisa and Steve, are you knowing how to use effects and just choosing not to?
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay. Galina, how about you? Do you need any support? I don't think we're hearing you, Galina. You might check your microphone.
Nice hat, Jamil.
I thought it was I thought it was appropriate for Haiti.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. You fit right in, I'm sure.
That's awesome. Okay, so it includes also sounds. And then the Hangout Toolbox is a way that you can kind of brand some of your tracking devices. We won't go into that right now either. Let's see. I think that's enough. Those are the key things that we really want to use. Chat's probably the most valuable. And I'm going to go ahead and take off my Google Effects, which is right here. And the way to do that is just to exit out. Okay. Fantastic, everyone. So enough of me showing you about Google+ Hangouts. Let's go ahead and have a check-in. And Mariana, if you would like to start. Today, I just wanted to say that I presented at the Cherry Creek Rotary Club in Denver. They wanted to hear about the Great March for Climate Action. And I noticed one thing that they did is as they went around, they had a bucket. And every time they had one person walk around the room, and each person contributed $1 or $2 or $5 or $10 into this bucket. And it must be a way that they kind of build up their kind of financial bank over time. I don't know that we have yet a way to do that online, but I wanted to mention it. And what they reported out was something that they were happy about that happened over the past week. So Marianne, if you would like to start, and something, just briefly, something that you're happy about that you'd like to share with the rest of us. What we're trying to discover here is who we are and how we can support each other. So you're still on mute, Marianne. Okay, now you're good.
So, do you want me to introduce myself? I'm not clear.
Yes, please. And then one thing that you're happy about this week.
Okay. Well, I'm here because you invited me. I'm a designer from Argentina. I'm sorry that you can't see my face, but my camera is not working here. I don't know why today. I am pleased to be part of this group. It's quite strange to be on a Rotary online. I am trying to figure out how this will work. And personally, as my background in design, I am working on the image of We Rotary. I mean the logo. So I think that later we are going to talk about that. Kat mentioned something that maybe the name will change. I didn't know that. I don't know. I think that's all.
Thank you, Marianne. That's wonderful. Eric, can you hear us? You might be on mute right now.
I was on mute.
Great.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, you're kind of vibrating in and out. So speak slowly and loudly. Thank you. Let me just say this. Eric is on the 405 in LA.
Well,
Are you home now? Eric, we're having a hard time hearing you. So while
Can you hear me? Is that
yeah, we can hear you a little better now. Go ahead.
better?
Not very much.
Hey, excuse me. Not, I'm here now. I hear you just fine, Kat.
Okay.
Coming in loud. I'm not sure if you saw. See what came coming through. Is my video showing up at all? How about
No, I think
my
Eric, I think it might
audio?
signal
Am I
problem.
okay?
Okay, let's go ahead and skip
Okay,
over.
got it. I, I, I
Eric, I'm sorry we're not hearing you. I'm going to go ahead and skip over to Galina. And if you want to just, the video is just your icon. Looks like you're standing in front of the Capitol. Okay, so Galina, why don't you go ahead? And Galina, we need you to unmute yourself. There, I think we might hear you now. Nope, we don't. Thanks everybody for your patience as we all figure these tech challenges. Okay. As Galina is checking it out, so far we're 1 for 3. Jamil, how about you? You look like you're on mute.
Yeah, I can. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Well, I've been working in Haiti for the past couple of weeks, and I'm very happy to be back working on this project. I'm working with mayors in Haiti and trying to train them in communications, and I'm also developing a film, and we're working on a manual for communications during crises. So all in all, it's been a productive couple of weeks, and I really like the team I'm working with, so I'm a happy camper at the moment.
We're happy that you're happy.
Thank you.
Great, Jamil. John, you're calling in from Hilo tonight, yes?
From Honolulu, yes. Can you hear?
Wonderful. Yes, we can.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I guess we're talking about having happy dollars here, which is fine, or maybe I'll be calling about aloha dollars, but yes.
Aloha dollars. I like that.
Aloha, yeah, something coming from Hawaii, that sounds good. Anyway, so you give a little bit, and then you get to say something, and it collects money for the club. It's a good thing to do. A lot of clubs do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, one good thing. I guess Steve I saw there, but the last week, the week before, I was in Sydney with the International Convention, which is a really amazing thing. So everybody in the club ought to come because there are about 18,000 Rotarians, just your closest friend, wandering around, going and listening to speakers and meeting people from all over the world. I ran into a couple of people I knew from Egypt, a couple people from Taiwan, and I was a lot of Hawaii and California. So it's kind of a good thing, and the speakers were great. We had all the presidents coming in talking about what they're going to do next and all the rest of it. So it's kind of a big deal. So it's a good thing to go to when you can.
Fantastic. Lisa, how about you?
Well, I am calling in today from Seattle, and I am happy that we are making slow and steady progress on the website. And we obviously will have to change our website address as we deal with our name change. But in the meantime, I'd like to show everyone a feature on the website really quick where our attendance is going to be, attendance is a big deal for Rotary. Typically they ask their members to attend 100%, but the official you won't get kicked out if you're coming at least 50% of the time. But it's going to be incumbent on our members to keep track of when they were here. And so the way that they can do that is if you follow the link that I just put in the chat box. And then in the upper right-hand corner, you can go to attendance. And you can just type in, there's just put in your name, your email, and the date. And then you can record that you were here.
So is this done by the honor system? Each person does it themselves?
That's right.
So every week we have to put in our name and email and date?
Yep.
Well, if you've got a club secretary, the club secretary often keeps attendance when they come in. We ought to be able to do that electronically. You ought to be able to who checks in. That should work out just easily.
So what do you think, is this workable, John, from your experience?
I think so. I mean, all these people are here, and if you're recording it, you know exactly who showed up, right? So that would be attendance. So the secretary, you could even have the sergeant of arms or somebody just keeping track of people who came, because then the people miss the meeting, then they can make up some time. You could probably also do that electronically. So in a typical face-to-face club, there's somebody sitting front desk checking people in. But of course,
right. So we don't have that. So we'll need to have people. We'll just need to remind people at the beginning of the meeting that they need to go and say that they were here, and that way we'll have a count of attendance. That way, if they make up the meeting later, they can go in and put in the date that they made up, and they'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So
or if they have some kind of a thing to view, then they can probably log on. You can record when they viewed it, or you can have them turn comments after they've looked at the video and do something like that.
Well, we also have a feature on the website if they want to use our site to make up for another club, then they can put in their information. They'll get an email that they can then send to their own club secretary. So we have both of those features.
Perfect. Yeah.
So let me see if I understand this correctly, Lisa. Could we use a screenshot that is collected by the sergeant at arms, who is usually the person that stands at the front, to collect all of the names and do attendance and register guests?
If that person wants to go ahead and enter each one of those into the website, that's fine. However we want to do it, it takes about 4 seconds to put your name and your email and your date in there. So, I mean, to me, it's just as simple to remind everyone at the beginning of the meeting, hey, go ahead and, record your attendance, and then everyone can just go record their attendance, and it's done. And then nobody has to worry about it.
But Lisa, I tried to. I mean, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I've got the site open.
Yeah.
And I see the button that says attendance.
Okay.
So what do? I click it, but
click on attendance, right? It should bring up a new page.
Track your. Okay, I see. Scroll down and.
Yeah, just scroll right down there. Yep.
And just fill all that stuff out.
Yeah, and really, I mean, it's just really your name, your email, and the date, and then if we're gonna title our meetings. I'm imagining, I don't know how this is all, I mean, again, we're just kind of finding our way here, but I'm guessing that our meetings may have a title. But if they do, great. If they don't, we can make that not mandatory.
Okay. And then one other thing I had a question about, I saw somewhere there was a database or something of the members, but then when I went to click on it, it asked for a password. Yeah,
that's a feature we're still developing. So eventually we'll be able. If you go to the website and to click on We Are Rotary Member or We Rotary Members, you'll be able to see kind of a brief intro for each of our members so far. But I mean, that stuff's still getting updated. So definitely, we're still working on it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so Lisa, as the web designer, you've decided that each one of us should take our personal attendance. And I just want to make sure that everyone is in alignment with that. maybe we should just have like a thumbs up vote on that so we make sure everyone's good with that. So is everyone in agreement that the simplest and most personally responsible way of managing and tracking our attendance is simply by going on at the beginning of each of our meetings and just putting in our information, which is as simple as our first and last name. Let's see, did you also require an email address for the numbers? Is that necessary to put in each time?
Well, it
No.
should come up. Once you've put it in, it should just be there as an option. Just select it, and then it automatically fills. So it shouldn't. I mean, it should take you like I said, literally 2 seconds. Because once you've done the form once, it'll save your answers.
I see. So really, all we're going to need to do is just put in our first and last name, the date, and the meeting attended, right?
Right.
And the email address will self-fill. And then is this also used for guests who are attending making up meetings or guests that we bring in?
If we bring a guest, if our club members bring a guest, then we need to enter their name so that if we have a system later, we're going to follow up with guests and invite them to come back and things like that. If someone else from another club wants to use our site as a makeup, then they have a different form that they fill out, because that form actually sends them a response. But they can then take that's their proof they attended. They can take that to their club secretary and get credit for attending.
So they take a screenshot of that and forward that to their...
No, they get an automatic email. They fill out the form, and then they get an emailed response. It's auto respond. So they fill out the form, hit submit, and they get an email response that says, "Hey, thank you for attending," and they can then forward that on to their club secretary.
Great. All right. Well, thanks a lot for thinking of how to automate it and simplify it for our own members. That's really great thinking. Okay, everybody, let's just take a show of thumbs. Do you think this is a good idea? Thumbs up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thumb up coming from me too.
Oh, is that Gretchen? Thank you. Okay. All right. And Marianne, we can't see you, so if you want to just type it in the chat, maybe for people whom we can't see, if you have the ability to fill in the chat, we can take in your vote in that way. And that's good because this evening we actually have several things to vote on. All right. So great. It looks like that's a positive response, Lisa. So thank you very much.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to tell us about the website at this point?
There's lots of stuff about the website, but I don't want to hijack the meeting by getting all in the weeds. That's really right now. That's kind of the biggest thing, because a lot of our stuff's going to change as we figure out what our name is officially going to be and things like that. So I'm happy to, Kat, if you want me to cover some stuff on the website, but there's nothing that's pressing that I feel like that was the big thing for me.
Great. Okay, super. Check in then, Steve, please. You're on mute, Steve. Go to the top and just click on that microphone, and it will unmute you.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
yep.
we can.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be back in Alaska. I caught my first halibut yesterday.
Yay!
And last night had some fresh sashimi, so I'm very happy. I was with John, and we had a breakout session with our founding Sakuji Tanaka. Everything went very well. We have 3 sign-ups for our trip to Myanmar in December from that presentation. And we have a lot of connections that we made there. So I'll save that for another time, but it was very fruitful, and we met a lot of friends and made a lot of contacts. That's it.
Steve, we lost you. We lost you after you said we made a lot of friends. Do you recall what you said?
Yeah, I just repeated myself and said we made a lot of good contacts as well.
Okay, perfect. All right. For myself, I've just come off this morning the Great March for Climate Action after, I think, 7.5 weeks. The march in total has marched for 110 days. And as I mentioned earlier, I presented to the Cherry Creek Rotary this morning, and it's possible that the Rotary network could be a very effective group of people to bring sustainable change along our route. So I'm exploring that. That's my leading edge right now. Very excited that we have Gretchen joining us today. So Gretchen, can you check in? I know we're not actually seeing you, but we'd love to hear your voice.
Yeah, I've upgraded my laptop 2 times now, and unfortunately, I'm still with my old one. It hasn't worked out so well. Quick check-in. I guess this is kind of news for Kat and Steve. We have hired a new executive director for Youth Venture.
Wow.
And so the new executive director started about 2.5 weeks ago, and she is off to the races. So it's very exciting for me personally, and also for the organization I've been leading for the past 9 years. And working on some very fun projects, working on a TV series right now, and some other cool projects that are very relevant to the work that I've been doing for years that involves helping young people start and run their own ventures and develop critical skills that we call change maker skills.
We are so happy for you, Gretchen. We know that this has been on your mind for a long time, and we hope that the road will rise up to meet her.
Thank you.
All right, and so we do have some pressing things that we'd like to discuss and decide on tonight. And already you've heard that there's a name change in the works, and I'd just like John to tee that up very briefly and give us some guidance on the current parameters. All of you received an email from me giving kind of a research on what some options were. So, John, you have 30 seconds. Go.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Rotary has a few things they want to do, and just a little background. Because the Rotary brand is so valuable, that they need to make sure that they keep the trademark and so on. So they have to do it. So anyway, you have to say the Rotary Club has to be the Rotary Club of some geographical location. That's the way the names have to be. Now, there are a couple of them that got done particularly for E-clubs that were a little strange in the beginning, but there are a couple of them. The Rotary Club of the West was required to change it to the Rotary from the West of the United States. So anyway, so it's the Rotary Club of, the E-Rotary Club of something. And the suggestion that they made was District 5000 Hawaii, because the word just Hawaii is already taken by the other E-club. Or you could say of Hawaii District 5000, or you could add of Hawaii and the Pacific 5000, you know, all kinds of, or Hawaii, I don't even do Hawaii and the world, but you could try it, but they're comfortable with the Rotary E Club of District 5000 Hawaii. That was the one they suggested, but it's up to you.
I don't know about you guys, but that's kind of a zingy, catchy title, right? Okay.
It's a kind of location in it.
Okay.
Say,
Okay,
John,
so thoughts?
Could you repeat that?
Sure. The Rotary E Club of District 5000 Hawaii.
Rotary E Club District 5000
Yeah,
Hawaii.
it's not the Wii Club. It's not as much fun, but it follows the pattern.
All right.
You could also say the Rotary E Club of Hilo, Hawaii, you know, or whatever, but having most of the state in there is probably the best thing to do.
John, would it be possible to insert Peace Club in there somewhere?
What? I think it would have to come in in the geographic destination of of Hawaii and world peace, or maybe something like that. We could try it. All I can do is say no.
How about the Rotary Peace E-Club?
So I think what it is they want to say the Rotary E Club of geographic location. Things to follow can happen there, but that's because then it's Rotary International, so on. So.
So let me just share this about branding. I know that you know, we might be thinking, hey, this is our group. We want to get together and we want to have this and that. I can share with you in the TED world, they too are very strict about their branding. And at the beginning, there was only so much leeway that you could have, and they've actually tightened those guidelines up. So it may be disappointing that we have been announcing it as one thing, and I'm not actually sure that we're going to be able to change it on Facebook. I have tried changing TEDx Vail Women to TEDx Vail, and they wouldn't permit it. You're supposed to be able to have one change, but I have noticed recently that they're not actually letting people change. So we may end up having to leave We Rotary as it is on Facebook, and then having a different tag, a different URL for our approved Rotary name. Any thoughts? Anyone else? Gretchen, how about you?
I'm very sorry to say, but my battery died for a moment there, so I've missed the last 2 minutes. So.
Okay, no worries. We're talking about the name. We need to solidify it. They're not approving from Rotary International our originally chosen name, We Rotary. So there's a guideline that John has given us that it's the Rotary E-Club of a geographical location. So it looks like the only thing that we can insert in there is that geographical location. There's been a recommendation of Hilo, Hawaii, of Hawaii World. Any other recommendations? We should really settle this tonight because our chartering depends on getting this one piece done, and there are a couple of other things too. And if we can just get these settled, then it looks like we'll be able to conclude our chartering, which would be great to do. Everyone's trying to get it done by the end of June. Steve, how about you?
Kat, this is Eric. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Kat?
Yes. Go ahead, Eric.
Is it a formal official title or name, but use a sub-branding? For example, Rotary, the We Peace Club, a sub-brand name.
Eric, we continue to lose you in and out. Maybe if you could make your point in the chat box, everyone would be able to get your entire thought. I know your branding is one of your things that you do, so we really appreciate your input here. Genesis or Steve, do you have any comments you'd like to add?
We're limited not only in the official name, but we're also guided by our web site. It has also to have the name of the place that we are from. So the suggestions from the Rotary staff gave us limited options as to both our name and our website. So I'm not sure how much latitude we have in what do you call a nickname. I don't know, John, but if our website and our official name has to be a certain way, then I'm not sure where the nickname would come.
Well, you can use an auto correspondence, and you could also put it at the end, the Rotary E Club of District 5000 Hawaii, comma, a Rotary Peace Club, or something like that. And
That's
something like that, because they want to make sure that it all fits with everybody else. But the more you put at the end, they can say no, but you can throw it and reuse it anyway.
That's a good suggestion. We could expand what we are at the end.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is, I mean, we've been using the phrase, kind of the tagline of creating a more peaceful world. So why can't we just use that? We'll adopt the name that Rotary wants us to have. Rotary, what is it? Whatever it is, Rotary E Club.
Rotary E Club of District 5000.
District 5000. That's what I always keep forgetting. But so okay, so Rotary E Club of District 5000 Hawaii, and then we have the tagline. We put it in quotes, and it's not going to be obviously in the website address, the URL, but it can be in other places on the site. And like John's saying, it could be on the letterhead or something. We just have a little tagline that says "Creating a More Peaceful World," and that way we're branding ourselves and what our club's kind of focus is, but we're still following the Rotary rule.
I'm reading here that Eric is writing to all of us. He's recommending, rather than D5000 of Hawaii, he's recommending Rotary E Club of Hilo, Hawaii. Any thoughts on that? Genesis, you're from Hawaii. Do you have any thoughts? You're on mute, honey. There we go. Oops, you're on mute now. There you go. Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. I guess I had a few questions. One being, does it have to be a city or a state or a country, or can it
Perhaps
just...
the location is identifiable, that's all.
Okay, so we could even say something like the Pacific or Pacific Rim, and does that... Yeah, I think, I don't know if this makes a big difference to possibly see what we can do to argue the case, because the group is made up actually of people from all around the world, and I think that's what really makes it unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just my thoughts on it.
Maybe I can explain a little. The only requirement of an E-Club is that it belong to a district. And so all the E-Clubs in the world are part of a district. That ties in with the training and of the president and other things. But since we have to be part of a district, we're part of District 5000. Most clubs have a specific place, like Hilo, but our club does not. So the only tie that we have is with District 5000. It's not a location. In the future, we may have more people in Honolulu or different part of Hawaii. We don't know. So I would say keep it as broad as we can, and the broadest is Hawaii, and at a minimum, we have to be part of Hawaii because that's our district. So the broadest and really the most logical is just to stick with Hawaii. I do think from what our newest member, Darla, said, she's recruiting members because it's Hawaii. She loves the idea that once a year maybe we're going to get together in Hawaii, and her people in Scottsdale want to create a vacation around the time that we meet. So Hawaii, the name Hawaii does have an attraction also in recruiting new members. And I think we'll try to have some event every year in Hawaii where all our members can come together live. So it may not be in Hilo, it could be anywhere.
So the challenge is that we are not the first E-Club of Hawaii. So,
but you are the best.
Ah, thanks. John, how would we distinguish ourselves if we were to capture the Hawaii cachet from the first E-Club?
Well, they've already got the name, so we have to have some other word besides Hawaii. But
Uh-huh.
5,000 Hawaii is okay. Or Hawaii District 5,000 is okay. Or Hawaii and the Pacific, although like it's a little tricky because then we suddenly make all the Europeans and the Eastern United States unhappy. So I think Steve's probably got it there. Just keep it simple.
I think that there's a cachet to Rotary, and that if we really need to follow, unless we want to embark on a big kind of back and forth with them. I mean, do we want to focus on that, or do we want to focus on building our club? And so, if we just we follow their rules, these are the rules, we're going to follow their guidelines, we're going to say, okay, we're the Rotary E-Club of District 5000 Hawaii. There is some cachet to that as well. It's very official sounding. There's no question that we're Rotarians. So, and like you were just saying a couple of minutes ago, Kat, Rotarians get things done, and everybody knows who Rotarians are. So we could look at it the other way too. I mean, Genesis is making a good point. We could take it to them and we could say, okay, well, we want to protest, but my question would be, where do we want to spend our energy? To me, it's more like, you know what? If these are the rules, they're the rules, and let's, pick something and move on forward and focus on building the club. I mean, I don't know. We might be able to get somewhere, we might not, but right now it's holding us up from doing what we really want to be doing.
Yeah, I think that's true. I don't think we should waste. I think it's okay with me. The Rotary E-Club of District 5000. Like I said, I like the Hawaii connection. I wish peace were in the title, but if we can't, we know it's there.
Yeah, we do.
And so that's all right. But I don't think we should waste an enormous amount of time on it. Let's see, Rotary Club of District 5000 Hawaii for peace. If that's okay with me.
That's a pretty long title, but
It is a long title, but it's okay.
I don't know. I think we can accomplish what we're trying to accomplish by adding a tagline, by adding information on our website. I think there's a lot of ways to get across that our club's focus is peace. That's just my 2 cents. I'll get down off my soapbox.
John, could I ask you a question? Can we include our tagline within our title? Can part of our title be creating a more peaceful world?
We put a comment and say creating a more peaceful world. They'll probably say it's too long, but we could certainly send it in. Of course, that's another couple of days in the loop. But you want to be happy with what you are. Getting it done is important, but being happy with it is also important. So I'm just making suggestions. It's your club.
But you know what they'll approve and what they won't. You actually foretold of this moment when we went down the happy yellow brick road of We Rotary. And you said, well, let's submit it and see what they say. So here we are.
So, yeah, I suggest we take it and move on. There's so many other things we can be doing. But
okay, so the recommendation is, please someone make a recommendation for a name. We'll vote on it. If we need to make changes, we'll do that.
The president should make the recommendation.
Who should?
The president.
You can.
You're a spokesman.
Thank you, John. All right, so we have recommendations for the Rotary E-Club of District 5000 Hawaii or the Rotary E-Club of District 5000 Hawaii for Peace. So, one finger if you like the first one, and 2 fingers if you like the second one. The first one, again, is the official recommended title by Rotary International, Rotary E-Club of District 5000 Hawaii. The second one is Rotary E-Club of District 5000 Hawaii for Peace. Ah, Gretchen comes up with, how about the Rotary E-Club of District Everywhere? Wow. What do you think, John?
I think they're gonna have a hard time with that one. It's got to be a identifiable geographic location. I don't think that one will fly.
Are you telling us they're not very creative there at Rotary International headquarters?
In certain areas, and you're on two of them today. There's the naming, and the other one is the Rotary Magazine. I can talk about Rotary Magazine for hours, but that's how they really stuck in their craw. So that would not so much change either. So,
Okay, so Gretchen makes the point that she's not from Hawaii, she's from D.C., so how does she get included and feel that she's a part of that club? It's not really an accurate descriptor of who we as members are.
Okay,
Well-
but it is the Rotary way. I mean, it's we're gonna. This is how they've got this set up. So again, I go back to, we can rage against the machine, or we can get on board and move along to doing something that we really want to be focused on.
How about we just put all the cities that we're from? So Rotary E-Club of District Hawaii, Argentina, list all the cities.
Well, what happens when we get new members?
gonna change the name every week.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be fun. It'll be an adventure.
Exactly. I think it would be quite compelling, actually.
Are you convinced, John?
I love the idea and principle of having all the different cities, but I guess, first of all, from the sound of it, they're not going to accept it, and secondly, it'll get unwieldy as we grow.
Yeah, I mean, I think Rotary's really set up for specific locations, and so, this is just a challenge for any virtual membership, because if this is called the Rotary Club of District 5000 Hawaii, then it's going to be it's going to be folks from Hawaii who are going to want to join.
Yeah, as a brand new member of Rotary, I was kind of excited to see, I was up in Cap Haitian in Haiti the other day, and there was the Rotary Club of Cap Haitian, and I also heard from friends that Rotary is very, very active in Haiti. They did a lot after the quake and all that. But anyway, just a little sidebar.
Well, Jamil, now that you are an official Rotarian, you can go visit those Rotary clubs and find out what they're doing.
Yeah, I can. That's right.
Just what you need to do. Just what you need, more places to visit.
Yeah, right.
Well, there are only 34,000, so you can finish that pretty quickly.
Yeah, really. No problem. Okay, so we need a decision, folks. It's getting to that time. We need to move along. What are we going to do? We're going to battle, or we're going to make a decision?
I mean, if everybody else wants Hawaii, it's totally fine. I think it will make it challenging to recruit people, but I'm not going to be the one to oppose it. I'm happy to try to think of more creative sites everywhere.
And I'm hearing that there's a feeling of exclusion.
Okay, what about using Greater Hawaii, being the Aloha Spirit, which is worldwide?
Well, it's the worldwide that we were trying to get to, and I'm not quite sure how their strict guideline allows us to do that. I'm hearing a sense of exclusion on the part of our members who are not from Hawaii, who are from DC and Argentina. And if we did Pacific, then that would exclude the people from Europe and Africa. So I understand there's an expedience about this, but there is also some issue to do with who we describe ourselves to be and who we aspire to serve.
Well, I should mention that we're not just disjointed. The fact that we are part of District 5000 has given us John to advise us, has given us a sponsor club in Hilo, who's paid for Kat to go to President's training, and they put on our charter celebration. They continue to advise us. They have put members on loan for a year, experienced Rotarians who help us. There's a reason why Rotary, even for e-clubs, would like to have some local connection, because the machinery of Rotary and the traditional way of creating new Rotary clubs call for sponsors, call for experienced Rotarians to help the new club. So there is a connection with Hawaii or with Washington, D.C., if Gretchen later had a number of members, who wanted a closer connection, could establish that in another e-club. So there is a rationale for putting the name up, but I agree it does go counter to the concept of the e-club, which was supposed to be wider and more international. So that's probably coming down in the future. It's a recommendation that we can make to the board, and maybe in the future we can also change the name. But for now, it's been an evolution and not a huge change that Rotary wants to see. They want to take baby steps, and we're kind of caught in the middle.
I think that's a cogent argument, Steve.
Yeah, that is.
Gretchen, would you like to say anything about that?
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable. It's really a question of how international we want this group to be,
right,
versus do we want to spawn other e-clubs.
Right.
And I think both would be fine.
Yeah. Genesis?
I wonder, is there any way that we can actually have a discussion with maybe the applications manager for the Rotary Club and kind of see what maybe their thoughts on is of this?
Sure. Actually, that's what we did. We had the name, and we had the We Rotary of Hawaii, and we sent that back to the manager, and she's one that sent the email back to us last week saying, well, you got to go this, but you can work on the back part if you want to. So, but Steve's point of growing e-clubs, there are a couple hundred now. 8 years ago, there was one. It was called the Rotary E-Club, period. And then they said the Rotary One E-Club, and now it's the Rotary One E-Club of Arizona. So their names had been pushed around. Cause originally, it started off just one club in Arizona, Flagstaff. They're the only e-club in the world. And it's grown, and now they're trying to put it in a box they can deal with. So adding to it later on is good. A little something at the end could work. But
maybe I think my suggestion would be to keep it pretty simple. So the first choice of the two decisions that or the two options that you'd given out, and then of course, like within our mission and our theme, then that's where we can expand and say, some of the things that we were interested in. So one was having something about peace, and having something about the fact that we're a global reach rather just Hawaii itself, but maybe keeping it as simple as possible. And I think I did hear once, sometime in the discussion, that the Rotary could be the name that we use, and but actually licensed and officially under the Rotary District. Yeah, so that's my thoughts, though.
And the top of the website could say the World Peace Club, something like that. The second line down, when you go online, you don't know that it's not all one word. It also has to be an email address, though, so that's what we talked about too. We just can't get too long.
So whatever is our name must become our URL.
Yeah. Well, you've got the paragraph on the URL, so pretty much the same thing.
I'm wondering, is everyone willing to make a decision about this, or Genesis and Gretchen and maybe Eric, would the three of you like to craft some other options that we haven't looked at yet that would grab more the global aspect to it?
No, I think it's okay. I think Steve's point is a very good point, and so I'm totally supportive.
Genesis? Yes?
Yeah, I agree also. I think just having it pretty simple, and I know you mentioned that there's options for change in the future, but having one simple name and just having a quick description or theme or a mission to help expand what we really are, so that it would avoid any confusion for people who are outside of Hawaii interested in being part of the club.
Okay then, so let's go ahead and take a vote with the members that we have on again. The first one is the Rotary E-Club of District 5000, Hawaii. That's choice number 1. And choice number 2 is the Rotary E-Club of, one moment, the Rotary E-Club of District 5000, Hawaii for Peace is number 2. Okay, so please just put up a finger or just type in the chat box the one that you prefer, and we'll pass this on. I'm sorry that this has been kind of drawn out, but I think in some ways it's helping us to define both a working relationship in an area that we're trying to move in an innovative way, and we're associated with a global network that has certain expectations. And so the resolution of how we work within that context, I think, is part of what we're working through here.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't feel like this is wasted time. I feel like this is valuable use of our time. Okay, so it looks like, Steve, did you say 1?
Yes.
Okay, Lisa, just want to get a verbal from you.
Yes.
Number 1. Jamil?
2.
2. Gretchen, 1. Marianne, 1. Genesis, 1.
I'm the only one.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm happy with.
Yeah. Okay.
With 1. That's fine. No, I'm not
Okay.
very attached.
All right. So, Marianne, you now have our new name. So the concept of We Rotary needs to be reworked. And
Yes.
I'm sorry that this causes you more work than you had originally, but such as it is from Rotary. Hey guys, there were lots of other things we wanted to talk about tonight. We're well over our hour. I apologize for that. We wanted to get the tech up and working. Can I just have a thumbs up or down if you like this Google Hangout technology?
It's great.
Yeah, I think it works fine.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned about Galina and Eric, though.
Yeah. I think Galina's problem we can handle with the audio easily. I think with Eric, he and I spoke earlier, and he was en route, and he and I can work on that. He'll be giving the talk next time, and then Genesis will have you do the talk after that. We'll revisit the programs, and other things that we want to discuss next time are Myanmar funding. Need to make some decisions about ways that that will work. John, what other, I just wanted to say I'm making an executive decision. We're all receiving the Rotarian International magazine in English. We're doing business in English. The other option is to have several different languages, and that's just too complicated for Rotary. So you can expect to receive the Rotarian in English. And John, what is the other third issue that we needed regarding charter?
Touch that tangentially. Just make sure that the Rotary website follows the rule, which is the club name. So that's already taken care of. Now, if they won't take, somebody's already taken District 5000, then we'll have to change it. But I can't imagine nobody has.
The URL you're saying, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I looked the other day. It was free, so we should be able to get it without a problem.
Yeah. So that's probably the same discussion. It's not anything new. It's just make sure it fits.
Okay. So those are, is that I think this is the same thing Kat's asking. So we're clear now. We're going to get approved. We've come around on the name. If we've updated the URL, we sent all the information of all the members.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on our list?
The other thing is actually for you, the secretary. We sent in all those applications, and the letter that came back said that's okay, but you have to work on them. Why don't you just use the spreadsheet? So
That's what I sent you the spreadsheet. Yeah,
yes.
you did not get it?
Yep.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
And is that the most accurate one? Is that
the one I just sent yesterday or the day before? Yeah, that's the most accurate one.
So that's the current one, right?
Yes.
So if I send that now, you have 2 more people joining.
I don't think so. We had 22 on the list, right?
I think we had 20. There was one more that Steve had yesterday, the day before.
Darla is in the 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually the list shows 23, Lisa.
Oh dear, who else is on there? Let's see. La la la, members. All right, well, we can get that straightened out, but that we don't need to hold everybody up for that.
No,
but basically, we'll get that spreadsheet sent in, and then we should be good to go. Is that right, or anything else is hanging?
Yeah. I have to get the district governor's signature, but I'm seeing him tonight, so I will. I gave Kat a draft. I'll make sure that the draft is what we talked about just now, so that we can get that signed, and I can get that off soft copy tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And everybody's got the letter. Read it a second time. Make sure we've covered everything. But I think we have.
Just for fun, I'd like to share something.
Please do.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if this works.
Using the technology, are you, Jamil?
I am. I'm an early adopter.
Fantastic.
Oh, check it out. That's great.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy that.
That's great. I love it.
It's little something. Now, how do I turn this off?
Yeah. I think you go back to the
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, click it again. Yeah. There you go.
Did that work? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Beautiful mind. Fantastic, everybody. So for the things that we haven't gotten to tonight, John and Steve, please think about posting on the We Rotary Facebook page anything that you'd like to share about Sydney that you haven't already, maybe some photographs, etc. Lisa, is that useful for you in building the website? Can you pull some things off of Facebook?
Facebook tends to be a little disorganized to then create website posts from. Well, I mean, we can see what we can get to, but it's, when you post to Facebook, it tends to be a little bit disjointed. So Steve sent me a bunch of stuff. I just need to get it up on the website. So.
Okay. All right. And
I think it's better to use the website than Facebook. Maybe it's just my age and my lack of familiarity with Facebook, but I think Lisa's right. It's hard to organize it, and but anyway, that's my thought. But by the way, I don't ever remember getting any kind of list of members or anything like that. But I guess Lisa must have it. You can send it to me.
Yeah, we haven't gotten it all straightened out yet, but as soon as we do, I will. We'll have to figure out how we're going to send that. Actually, I need to get, I mean, all of the members are kind of listed on the website, but all their information's not quite filled in there yet. So I'm still working on that.
I asked Catherine to send you a picture and a short paragraph, but maybe she didn't get
Oh,
to it.
okay. I'll look for that.
Okay.
And it appears that we need to also have our bank account in the name of our club. Is that right, John?
Yes. Well,
So,
you're gonna have to fill out a Form 990 and turn it in every year. If you
okay.
have to have any money, I simply have to say that you exist as a nonprofit, and so that they should all fit together.
So, Steve, that will impact you with the bank, and we can talk about that next week when I'm in Alaska, okay?
Okay, it's not a problem.
All right, everyone. Thanks.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, the executive committee's meeting next week, and then we're having Eric's presentation the following week. Is that right?
No, we're going to have Eric's presentation next week, and at this point, I think our executive session will be the latter half of our meeting next week.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like we want to, make sure that we're making these meetings interesting and there's juicy content beyond just our Rotary business.
Oh, I thought I'd just add a friend of mine invited me to make a presentation about our project to the Cambridge Rotary Club in Boston.
Oh, great.
And yeah, so I'm going to do that on July 17th.
Tell him you're a
So,
Rotarian. I'll see if I can get you a pin to wear.
yeah, no, I did tell him I'm a Rotarian.
Good.
And yeah, my friend was kind of pleased about that. And so once I have that presentation done, I'd be happy to share it with you guys.
Perfect.
Great. Yeah, we got to get you on the schedule.
Great.
Yeah. And Steve, if you would work on the people from Asia who are not yet joining us on the Hangout, let's work on that together next week too. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Anything else pressing for anyone? Thanks everybody for your thoughtful participation. Have a beautiful week. And we'll see you on Tuesday, same time, same place. Look for the link. Bye.
Okay.
Great.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Think. Is it true?
Bye-bye.
Bye.